Hello and welcome to Buddhistdoor Global's weekly news review. I'm Dr. Justin Whitaker, Senior Correspondent for BDG. In this week's news, the online symposium Other Power in Buddhism will be held in December. The Robert H. N. Ho Family Foundation Program in Buddhism and Contemporary Society at the University of British Columbia in Canada will host an international virtual symposium in December titled Other Power in Indian, Chinese, Korean, and Japanese Buddhism, its nature and role in Buddhist awakening. The event, scheduled to be held on the 16th of December at 5 p.m. PST, is the first of a two-part series and will feature 5 prominent panelists: Professor Mark Bloom of the University of California, Berkeley, Professor David Eckel of Boston University, Professor David Matsumoto from the Institute of Buddhist Studies Graduate Theological Union, Professor A. Charles Mueller of Musashino University, and Professor Kenneth K. Tanaka of Musashino University. The event was originally scheduled as part of the American Academy of Religion's annual meeting, but due to the coronavirus, this event and registration will be hosted virtually on Zoom by the Robert H. N. Ho Family Foundation Program in Buddhism and Contemporary Society. The Tibetan Lama Dagri Rinpoche has been permanently removed as an FPMT teacher after a lengthy misconduct probe. The Foundation for the Preservation of the Mahayana Tradition, FPMT, published an update on the 13th of November outlining its findings concerning allegations of inappropriate sexual behavior by Lama Dagri Rinpoche. In the report, the FPMT outlined their use of an outside agency, the Faith Trust Institute, to independently determine the veracity of the claims against Dagri. The Foundation concluded that Lama Dagri had committed sexual misconduct and spiritual abuse, and issued a permanent suspension from the organization's list of registered teachers. The allegations regarding the Lama's behavior were first made public in May 2019 when a woman filed a complaint that Lama Dagri had molested her during a flight in India. Soon after, further allegations came forward. A summary detailed several allegations of abuse by Dagri, as well as the FPMT's failure to respond to the allegations brought to them as early as 2011. 84,000 offers sutras for well-being for a world grappling with the pandemic. As nations and communities around the world continue to wrestle with the evolving challenges of living with the COVID-19 pandemic, the global nonprofit initiative 84,000, translating the words of the Buddha, founded by Dzongsar Jamyang Khyentse Rinpoche, has responded by reaching out to share the wisdom and healing power of Buddhist sutras. 84,000 has been publishing a series of new texts since June. The sutras are brought to life and shared online, chanted in Tibetan by a master of the living tradition, and also read aloud in English. The sacred texts selected for the series have been chosen for their relevance to the circumstances facing many people during this period of crisis, and their potential to engender long-term resilience in the face of these difficulties based on the wisdom and inner fortitude embodied by the Buddhist teaching. The media star monk Haemin Sunim will return to monastic life in Korea. The well-known South Korean Seon or Zen monk and best-selling author Venerable Haemin Sunim, who's 46, has stated that he will step back from public life after his appearance on a reality TV program led to a public outcry. Haemin, who is ordained in the country's largest order of Buddhism, the Jogye order, is seen in the program living in the comfort of a luxury home in central Seoul and working at an office job where his popular mindfulness app is developed. After the TV show On and Off, which follows the lives of famous people in South Korea, was aired, Haemin saw backlash on social media for not living the ideals of simplicity that he teaches on his app and in his popular books. Chang Yong-jin, a journalist who has covered Buddhism in South Korea, suggested that Haemin was receiving greater scrutiny than other monks in the country because of his celebrity status and his teachings on simplicity. And finally, the Join Together Society, or JTS of Korea, and the International Network of Engaged Buddhists, INEB, have teamed up to distribute some $50,000 in COVID-19 crisis relief. The two organizations distributed the relief aid to vulnerable and hard-hit communities in South and Southeast Asia. Most developed nations have taken huge economic hits as a result of the pandemic. While developing nations have experienced serious economic devastation that has led to the collapse of basic social services, JTS Korea told Buddhistdoor Global. In response, JTS donated some $50,000 to INEB, which has been distributed to 12 aid agencies in Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, and Nepal, 4 countries that have been especially impacted by the pandemic, to purchase food and hygiene supplies. INEB has set up a wide range of projects and outreach programs aimed at overcoming suffering through the practice of the Dharma and social engagement. Earlier this year, in response to the unfolding pandemic, the group leveraged its global reach to launch the Mindful Action COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund to bring much-needed relief to vulnerable and underprivileged communities during the global coronavirus crisis. That is all for this week's BDG News Review. If you enjoy regular news videos delivered to you each week, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with friends. We appreciate your support and feedback in the comments below. Be sure to check out our website, Buddhistdoor.net, for these stories, along with features and special coverage of Buddhism around the world.